What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So it's been about a week since my last video, maybe even a few more days than that. Just a lot of stuff going on, a lot of work, overtime. One of my coworkers got the flu, so I've just been working like crazy. But we're back. It's Saturday today. Hopefully, I'll be able to get this video out today or tomorrow. But I'm going to record LTG and LTTB today, and we're probably going to do another light tank lineup. We'll maybe do that tomorrow. But I should be looking at a more normal schedule for the upcoming week. I also have my sister come visit down here in Texas, so just a lot going on, and I do apologize, guys, for going like over a week without a video. But we're going to play the LTG today, and the reason for this is because both the LTG and the LTTB, I don't play these vehicles very often anymore. The LTG occasionally. The LTTB I used to play a lot, but now that I've gotten so comfortable with light tanks, I just play the LT432. I mean, it's really a better tank, in my opinion, in almost every aspect. You have the slight turret armor. I think it has more concealment. I think it has more view range. It's just overall a much better tank because it's a premium, right? 2200 DPM. It's around the same. The dispersion might be a little bit better in the LTTB, but I know that the concealment is a little bit better, I think, on the LT432. And I think I also run low noise exhaust on this. So yeah, you could see the big difference here, and you could look at the crew. But like, I have low noise exhaust on this, and I don't even run it on here. And look, we're still looking at like more concealment and more view range and stuff. So this is why I just play the LT432, and if you have the LT432, I would recommend playing that over the LTTB. Where the LTTB kind of shines is it has good top speed, but it's very accurate. It's even more accurate than the LT432. So that is kind of fun. Because I love accurate vehicles, and to get an accurate light tank, like, you could actually be somewhat effective with this. If you get into the right area, like say you have a team pressing you and you are able to flank them and get around to like some corner or something and smack a bunch of shots into their side plates, this tank will become pretty effective because it's accurate in doing so. So let's go ahead. We'll start with the LTG, and we'll kind of see what happens. I want to try and play more of the LTG, but we will play the LTTB if I die early in this vehicle. So what do we have going on here? We have some turret armor. This ugly, turret. It does actually have some armor though. The dispersion, I'd say, is average at best on this vehicle. Where this thing shines is the concealment. Try and get that away from these little candles over here, so you can see 47% with low noise exhaust, and I think I am running full concealment. It looks like I am, yeah. So we're running full concealment, but 47% concealment with low noise exhaust. That is like ELC even 90 type of concealment, guys. So I would highly recommend you set up the vehicle like this. The tank is kind of slow as well, so that's another thing to keep in mind, but I think the concealment of this vehicle is really what allows it to stand out. And balances it, right? Because its accuracy is not great, its mobility is not great, but that concealment, man, like, you can sneak up on people. You can be a couple hundred meters away from people without even being in a bush, and you might be okay. You know what I mean? So very, very good concealment. Other than that, standard layout, guys. We're going to get into the game. Optics, vents, low noise exhaust, optical calibration, rations. Crew is stacked with concealment, and obviously now we get situational awareness here. We have recon. We have situational awareness, sixth sense is what I meant to say. And we have smooth ride and the snapshot. So let's go ahead. We'll get into the game. I am on USC. Sometimes, man, I'll tell you, occasionally I'll get on the South American server, and I'll be in the queue for 3-4 minutes, and I'm wondering what's going on until I look up and I see that I'm on the South American server. I would think that realistically, because I'm in Texas, my connection actually wouldn't be that bad to the South American server compared to people that are on like the northwest, northeast, area of the U.S. or whatever, or especially like Europe, right? But by the way, I don't know how many of you guys are actually from the States. There might be some people on my channel that are, from Europe or wherever. Because I know that World of Tanks is extremely, extremely popular over in Europe and Russia as well. So I am from the States. Obviously, that's why I play on the North American server, and I've never had an EU account. I've never had a. I don't even think you can play on the Russian server unless you're from Russia, right? But yeah, I've never had any of those other accounts. I know that some of the big time like CCs, they have like a couple different accounts, but I never played on any of the other servers except the South American server, which is kind of part of the North NA server. So, all right, so looks like XVM is working. It wasn't last time. I guess they fixed some things. This is tier 7 matchmaking. What I'm going to do, and I'm going to show you guys this because I can get away with this and play the LTTB if we die, right? Like I'm not just doing a video on this vehicle. We're going to get really aggressive here, and if we die, we die. But I want to show you, you know, these areas in here where if you have really good concealment, you can make it work. And I do it with the even all the time. Let's see if we can make it work, guys. If we can't and we die, boo-hoo, oh well, we move on. It gets to a point where you get good enough at this game to the point where, like, you know that there are some plays that are less aggressive that will always work for you. So you might as well just, if you're playing casually, just go for the aggressive play. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. So we're going to sit like right in here. I think this is pretty good. And from here, what you can do, guys, if you knock down these trees in a certain way and you don't get spotted coming here, you have to have good concealment. Keep that in mind. I'm emphasizing to you, you can't just run into the game like with 75% crew and no concealment and expect to make this work, because it will be very difficult. But you can knock these trees down in a certain way where you can get, you know, foliage in front of you from both sides. And from here, what you can do is spot people on this hill, and you can spot this. You used to be able to anyway. You might not be able, you still can, I guess, when they come up like this. But because there's this hill here now, I think that really takes away this spot. But I still like it. I've still used it even after that update for spotting people like that are here and stuff. But yeah, you can see like all these vehicles are now behind this ridgeline. So that ridgeline, it did balance the map a lot better though, because our team from here like always had way better shots going this direction. But yeah, it doesn't look like it's very effective. And you know, the other game or two that I've played on this map after they made this update, I didn't get any spots over here either. So this has changed things quite a bit, but still, I don't think it's a bad area. We're spotting the T-71 here, and you know, anyone who presses into here, and you'll spot people like up on this hill and stuff like that. So, and if Comet tries to retreat, we have him lit as well. Just making sure we're good here. I think I should be able to stay unlit, taking shots at this guy like this. Alright, so I'm thinking from here we can get a little more aggressive. Now look at this VK, man. This guy is running into the middle of nowhere. Alright, so we're going to come up here like so. See if we can light anything. Take a quick peek. I don't see anything. I'd like to try and start flanking this T-29. Oh, I'm spotted. Okay, sorry. Get a shot at him like that. Come down. Looks like they got this guy. Not a penetration. Alright, and we're going to move on. And what I want to do now is I want to be ahead of all these guys, right? I want to give these guys information. So we have Bassotto here, or however you say that in Italian. I'm going to keep pushing into these guys. I'm waiting for someone to appear right here. I don't see anybody. But I want to give these guys information before they start pushing up, right? Because they're going to be really impatient. I know this. Okay. And we want to start giving these guys information. T-25AT is over here. I'm going to pull behind this rock real quick. I think we'll be safe here. Maybe. Okay, maybe not. Let's see. Yeah, I think we could just barely make this work from where the Basoto is. AMX is pushing in. Okay. Basoto is dead. We're going to wait to get unlit, and then I'm going to push towards the A3, A4 area. So it might still be lit for another second or two, but that's alright. I want to get moving. See if we can spot this other Basoto. Thunderbolt is down south and just already left. So we should be good here. We'll run and press into the Basoto over here, if he's not already dead when we get there, and we will ram Artie. You got to ram Artie, right? I mean, that's just pretty standard. And then we'll play the next game, guys. Here's Basoto. GW. Ram. Bam. Alright. Got my ram in. Let's get another shot into this guy. Okay, ram this guy again. Yep. Ram. Okay, he's dead. And Crusader next. There he is. We'll give this guy a shot, right? Oh, nice. I think he hit me. I think he penned me. I mean, whatever. Alright. Gun up. Get a nice ram into this guy. And GG. 1594 damage, 660. Spotting, we got 3 spots there, 2 kills. That wasn't bad. I mean, honestly, I don't think that was a bad game. I didn't think the numbers were going to be great. I was able to pad a lot of damage there at the end, but that's why you stay alive in a light tank, right? So I think we did well there. That was over 2,000 combined. We get our nice epic reward from mission completed and a GG. So we'll go ahead and play another one in the LTG. Hopefully we can keep this these good games going. And yeah, I gotta like look at some of this stuff. I don't even know what this. They like changed. I saw that they changed all these personal reserves and stuff. I didn't think it required changing. I mean, why fix what isn't broken? But hey, man, if they want to fix that, you know, go for it. Pretty nice day in Texas here today. Took my bike out this morning. It's in the high 60s. Great. This should be fun. Prokhorovka. Alright, so this is tier 8 matchmaking. They have 2 even 90s and an AMX 1357. We have 3 lights, that means. LTG, Hawk, even 90. Okay. Me spot here. Okay. G0. Alright. Alright, even 90 is going to G0, so then I could probably... So what I'm going to do, and this is pretty standard, guys, like I always, it depends where the Hawk goes, but I almost always come into this bush right here. This is just because I like to be able to counter anybody who's going to E1. And chances are, this Hellcat man is like in the worst spot. Like I'm just trying to get over here as fast as possible. He's right there. Chances are likely, if they have 2 even 90s, that one of them will try and push into the E1 bush, which is this, yep, here we go. Right up here. So what I want to do is try and counter that. Hawk 30 is going to be able to do this for me, but this is too aggressive. Like, see what the Hawk is doing? This is a good play, you know, per se, but the thing with this is, like, as soon as you get pressed or you poke too much, you're dead. And look at this. Not even a minute into the game, and this guy's already dead. And this is why you have to stay alive as a light tank, guys. You can get aggressive, but I'm telling you, like, remember I said on the last map, you might as well go for the aggressive play. That's very map dependent, because on this map, you need light tanks. You can't make those aggressive plays on Prokhorovka. You need to try and stay alive for as long as you can. So, spot the AMX here. We had the VK lit. I'm not going to get too aggressive here. I'm just going to wait in this bush for a little bit. Kind of see what's going on. We'll wait for this VK to die, and now I'm going to try and run just a quick one of these. Let's see if I see anything. I don't. Even 90 didn't even spot me, so it looks like he moved. And it's really just a little bit at a time, guys. I mean, you could get unlucky and get wrecked, but that's part of the game. But you see how I do this? Like, even if I get one-shotted, you know, at least I know that I'm playing it safely and trying to do it the right way. You know what I mean? So... Alright. I think because these guys are so far back, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to come up to... I think it's like H1 or something like that. And see, this is what happens when you play on Prokhorovka. Like, everybody clicks on you. You know, they have no idea that you actually know what you're doing most of the time. Really, I'm telling you guys, like, playing a light tank is not easy. Everyone thinks they can do it better than you. And it's very likely that they can't. So, I now know that the even is going to outspot me here. Let's see if we can get away from this. Yeah, there's the even. So we're actually able to light him, which is good. But now I have to make sure I can get away from this. Okay. So even 90 in this situation is always going to outspot me. That's just the case. That's just the reality. I know I have a lot of concealment, but even 90 is always going to win this battle. And these guys are really, really far back. So at this point, we almost have to play this like defensively, I want to say. But you see how close, or I'm sorry, how far away I was when I got lit, right? So it just goes to show you, like, you have to be so careful in light tanks, man. Like, at any moment you can get spotted, and these guys could have CVS, right? Like, it's a tier 8 versus a tier 7. So okay, we're gonna try something like this. And you have to be so careful, guys, right? Because like I said, you're going against the tier 8. Like, I have no CVS. I have really no equipment to be able to, you know, outspot an even 90. So if these guys are good, then chances are likely that they will outspot me every time. Let's kind of see. Like, I'm trying to get a decent angle at what's in front of me here. We are spotting like the AMX over here, so we're getting some spotting, but it's tough, man, because like our even 92, like, I guess he's still over there. I'm the only one over here, right? So, and again, like I said, you have to be mindful of where everybody is. Like, look how far back all these guys are. So really, there's no reason for me to go much further than this, because their render range is probably only to like here anyway, something like that, right? So always just be looking at everything, guys, keeping everything in mind. I don't like the way our deployment is. I would much rather have someone like up here or something, but you know, it is what it is. So let's see if people can eliminate the AMX. But yeah, because of the even 90, I'm basically down to a one-shot at this point. We were very lucky to be able to spot him, though. I don't know if he shot or what, but he shouldn't have been lit from where I was, because he was in the bush line pretty well. Alright, so we're about 6 minutes into this game, and I'm gonna, at some point, I'm gonna start getting a little more aggressive. The problem is they still have an even 90 somewhere, and it makes me very timid, because it only takes you getting lit once, you know what I mean? They have a lot of people back there. We got hit by the Conj and the Super Hellcat, and we blocked the Super Hellcat. So Renegade's gonna push up. I don't think this AMX will light me from here. There's SU. And see what this Renegade has done? He's made a play to realize, like, maybe he just, I think he called me like a shitter spotter before or something like that. But sometimes it takes a vehicle with armor to poke a ridge. You know what I mean? Like, it's not always the light tanks, guys. You know, sometimes like this vehicle is really not made for active scouting. It's very slow. And I've told you this from the beginning. Sometimes it takes a vehicle like the Renegade. Like, look what the AMX has been doing all game over here. So, you know, you could sit in the back and call people shitters, or you could go, well, maybe I'll use my turret armor and pull up and help this guy, right? And look at this even 90 back here, man. Like, if I was sitting where I still was, man, we would have been lit. We would have got spotted and we would have got wrecked. Okay, we're going to eliminate this guy from the game. He's not even paying attention, looking in front of him, so there we go. We're going to ram him, eliminate him from the game, and now I've eliminated both even 90s have basically been because of me. Both eliminations. So just, you know, you got to keep your head up, right? When you play games like this and people just annoy you, thinking that they can do the job better. So I think we're doing all right now. I'm trying to get a light on this SU without getting lit myself. I'm trying to figure out how I can do that. If we come back like this, right, the SU could have kind of come back a little bit, and I don't think they have very good view range. Like, unless he's running binocs or something. There he is. I am lit from this. Gonna run this way. Okay. And now I'm gonna come back up to where I was before. People are shooting at me here. You can hear it. Now that the other even 90 is dead, we can get a little more aggressive, I think, here. I mean, there could be anybody in here, right? Like, anything is always possible. Keep this in mind, guys. Like, there's so many things that can be possible in this game. In terms of, like, you know, people literally just driving right up the middle with a heavy tank or something. Like, you never know, right? Especially at the lower tiers. I tell you guys this all the time. Expect the unexpected all the time, because you just never know. Like, this is a free-to-play game, you know. Like, there's some people that just aren't that competitive and stuff. But yeah, we're going to sit in here for the meantime. I think, like, I know the Conj Panzer is back there and the Super Hellcat, so really it's just them two, and then this IS. The Arty, I never, like, consider them actual tanks, so Renegade is pushing up pretty strong. So at this point, I think we have this one. I'm going to push up with him to the E1 area, and hopefully we'll be able to spot the Conj. There's the Hellcat. I'm lit here. That's alright. If Conj gets the kill, he gets the kill. Okay, there's Conj. He is over here. Just click over there a bunch of times. Oh, he was right here. I thought he was like way back here. Okay, so 3,700 spotting, 633 damage, and you see what you can do even if you're outmatched, guys. You see what you can do when you just stay alive and you remain careful, right? Don't let these people get on your nerves, man. I never like tooting my own horn, but I'm a very good light tank player, guys. I promise you. I've played light tanks for years and years, and I'm a very good light tank player. And even today, there are people that will sometimes make me get more aggressive than I want to in the game. We did 4K spotting. We even got a kamikaze. We got the patrol duty. Like, let them bitch. Let them complain. Let them moan. Let them call you a shitter. Let them call you whatever. Trash. Doesn't matter. Just ignore it. It's hard. It's difficult sometimes for me to ignore it. But do your best, guys. Just ignore it. Be the better person. And come out on top with 4K spotting. And there you go. Right. 2 badges. 633 damage. 4K spotting. And who's top by experience. So, at the end of the day, guys, I'll just leave it at that. All right, let's play one more in the LTG, guys. I think these are some pretty good games, and hopefully we can get into another, like, maybe we'll get, like, I don't know, Malinovka or something like that. And if this is another good game, like, that was a pretty long game. Usually proc is. So if this is another like fairly long game, we'll go ahead and just call it here, and we'll say LTG, and then for the next one, we'll say LTTB only. And yeah, that's it. But these are two kind of awkward tanks because I'm so used to playing the LT432. So this is, again, why I stated that at the beginning, like, I want to play these vehicles so you guys can kind of see something different. And again, the LTG is terrible at active scouting. You saw that on proc. So you can really see the strengths and weaknesses of these vehicles as I play them. And that's kind of my goal, is to really give you guys a detailed description of these vehicles. When I first started playing World of Tanks, I watched a lot of streamers. I ended up mostly watching like Lemming Rush and Skill and stuff like that, and then eventually I got into the Baboons. But I like making my videos as if it's what I wanted to see. I think I explained this in another video, but there were certain things that I wasn't getting answered. Like when I was watching Skill or I was watching Lemming Rush or whatever, you would just see a lot of gameplay, but there were certain things they wouldn't fully explain in detail. So I actually created my channel to explain, you know, in detail what I wanted explained to me back when I was a noob. So hopefully you guys can relate or whatever, but or hopefully you can at least understand what I'm saying and where I'm coming from. But this is why I try to really give you guys as much information as I can, explain what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and explain my setup. And for instance, like I told you, I know this tank has a lot of concealment, so I'm using that to my advantage. So tank setups, explaining why I set it up that way, explaining the plays I make, why I make them, and what I'm looking at when I'm making them. I'm always paying attention to the map. I'm paying attention to who's alive. Sometimes I even look at health of certain enemy tanks towards the end of the game. And yeah, it's just a lot of... Playing a light tank, I'm telling you guys, is a lot of taking in all kinds of information from different parts of the map, even from people typing in the chat, from different experiences, like things that you've experienced before on that map. It's amazing. Like, the more you play light tanks, the more you just start to naturally absorb all this information. You know, you see who else is alive. You see how much HP people have. You see what kinds of tanks are still alive. You see who's alive on your team. You use your past experiences to determine what may or may not happen. You play to your strength, your tank's strengths, and not to the weaknesses. Right? There's just so many things. Like, I'm telling you guys, you wouldn't believe me, but like I'm taking every single game. I'm taking multiple pieces of information and combining them to make the plays that I make. Not every single play, but most plays, right? So. And that's really what it's about, guys, is just learning to do that. So hopefully after that long talk, we won't go out and die early. Yeah, let's see where this AMX is going. He's going left. I'm going right. Alright. And so AMX, it's me, the AMX. I think that's it, yeah. Alright. So we're going to come up to the standard bush, guys. Unless E25 wants to do that or something. Let's see. Is he going here? If he is, that's fine. I'll go somewhere else. It's not a big deal. I have a lot of concealment, so I can make this work. Borsk. There we go. I'll probably sit like right in here. I don't think I've ever done this. So we'll sit like right here, see if we can make it work. I don't know. Maybe we'll light some stuff in here, like AMX and stuff. We'll sit here for now. But again, this is so like where my teammates went, right? I watched the AMX 1357 go to the east, And I saw the E25 go into this bush, so I'm like, all right, no problem, man. Like, there's no point. Like, this E25 seems like a pretty good player. This is why I use XVM. I know some people think XVM is toxic, but I can see this guy's green, so likely he has his setup for, like, binocs or optics, and he has good crew and good view range. So I know that if this player was, like, red, I'd be like, maybe he's new, doesn't really know how to set up the vehicle. So it's kind of judgmental, but, you know, it's like... And maybe kind of a stereotype or whatever of new players, but it's what I do, guys. I don't. I mean, if you've watched my videos long enough, you know that I'm not like a toxic player or anything. In fact, I try to avoid all that toxicity, but you kind of have to use as much information as you can, and this is another form of information, XVM. So, all right, I think looks like the Boris is going to push here. I'm going to come up and defend and help these guys. So there we go. We'll get one into him, and now that makes him a one shot for the Comet. Comet misses his shot, but Super Hellcat looks like cleans him up, or yeah, Super Hellcat, and we're good. So watch for the AMX here. Oh, already. Okay, here's AMX. This guy. I'm gonna take shots like this at him. I shouldn't be lit. It's just the Comet left now. He's going to retreat, hopefully. Let's see. And what I'm going to do for right now is I'm going to come back to this bush. E25 is not in the best area now. I'm actually going to come back to here. Just for now. Renegade is pushing. E25 is not in the best area. I would like him to be probably back here. He's not going to really have shots at these guys unless they make a stupid play. But these guys should push. I would like to think these guys should push this. And I'm going to sit right here, and I will spot them if they push. Kind of a defensive play, but it's all good. Okay, so, and what I'm doing now is whenever I'm still, I'm never doing nothing. So what I'm doing now is I'm looking at the map. I'm looking at who's still alive over here. Mostly the map, but I like to look at this too. So I'm, you know, I don't explain this all the time. That's why I'm trying to do it now. Whenever I remember that I want to explain everything to you guys, I'm looking, so like I see he just died, and I'm looking at who else is here, and I'm seeing, okay, like 274A was still lit. Who's unlit? I'm looking at like Scorpion, Super Hellcat. Likely these guys could be back here and stuff. And now we're going to push, because look, E25 is now pushing. So just paying attention to everything, right, guys? And I can see that we have won the East. We're going to win this game. We're up by 5,800 HP, and you're just looking at everything you can. Everything. And see, like, I see the Renegade as a red player. Doesn't mean he's a bad player, per se. Like, he could be okay at the game and all. But likely, if you have that kind of W and 8, you don't know that much about the game. Your setup might not be that great and all. So I just assume this guy doesn't have like crazy view range or anything. He might have like 75% crew, whatever. I think we can get away with coming up here like so. We'll do one of these, and we'll just sit here for the next like minute. It's 8-2, so we really don't have to be super passive at this point. But I think this is a good bush to kind of get an idea of what's here. We're not spotting anything, so I'm just going to go. Like, see how I'm looking at the support I have? Like, I have all these guys kind of backing me here. The Hellcat, we have the SU-122, we got the Comet, Renegade, E25. So I'm going to run right at this bush. I don't see anybody here. There's the Challenger, and now we're going to come up like this. Here's the T-25. We knew he was already there. Challenger is here, and now we're pushing. And yeah, these guys are just in terrible spots, man. So we're going to come up like this. Going to back down. T-25 is trying to stay safe. Understandable. Renegade will come up behind him. Challenger is here. He's not moving. We'll kind of just play games with this guy. They have decent armor at the top there, you know. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to get a shot at this guy, but I'm already moving up this way because I know I'm going to go this way next. So 7032 is pushing here. Here's Scorpion. Okay. As soon as he's dead, I'm moving again. Unfortunately, you can't really shoot on the move with this vehicle. It's fucking terrible, man. Let me just tell you. Don't even try to shoot on the move with this vehicle. Even with like 100% crew and the dispersion, things that help dispersion with the crew, like, yeah, I'm telling you guys, it is garbage. Don't even attempt it. And at this point, we're just going to pressure. I'm going to run right into these guys because I think the Hellcat is here as well. So there's no point in... It's 13-4, so I'm just going full in, you know. Here's the Hellcat. Wow, man. That missed. Did you guys believe that? That missed. That's alright. 908 damage, 88 spotting. We really didn't have to do much spotting. Ghost Town is not a crazy map for spotting, I would say. At least, like, if you're going to do spotting, you might be better on the east. Like, the LTG, in my opinion, might have been better on the east side. However, the AMX went over there, so I didn't want to double up with him. Usually you don't want to put two light tanks in the same position, right? So that's it, guys. I mean, I think we'll call the video here. That wasn't a fantastic game, but again, like I said, the circumstances of Ghost Town, you know. Let's take a look at the final score. We did 1,045 damage, 1,550 assist. This is like, what, 2,600 combined or something like that. And I would say this is pretty average for me, like 5,700. I would say this is like average to good. I think we had a good session here. Nothing spectacular, but I think we can learn a lot from this, especially the Prokhorovka map, guys. You know, go back and watch that again. Kind of watch the way I did certain things and ignored these people that were like, shitter light tank, you know. I'm telling you, or you can watch SteelGuts, man, because like Steel, man, the way he plays for whatever reason, everyone's always calling him a terrible light tank player, and in reality, he's one of the best, guys. He is one of the best light tank players, you know, on the NA server. I would say in the game, man. He doesn't give himself enough credit, man. He's a phenomenal freaking light tank player, man. He's better than me. So that's it, guys. Again, you can quickly look at how I have this thing set up and the crew and all. If you want to pause right now, take a look at these things. But again, don't let people get, you know, in your head, guys. Just play your own game. Enjoy the game. It's a game, after all. It's a video game. It's made to be fun, guys. Of course, you want to win and play well, and you're going to get mad when you don't. But, you know, it's a video game. So just always remember that. I know that's what, like, your parents used to tell you and stuff, but it's the truth, man. You're supposed to enjoy it. So just enjoy it, and that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned a thing or two. And I will see you guys for the next video. So take care of yourselves, and bye-bye now.